Namaste.
Hello. Namaste.
I think this is the new normal where all our handshakes will be changed to
Yes.
Namaste, holding hands. Are you using an hands-free? Well, I can hear my echo.
Should I use the
Yeah, if you
headphone
can
or I'll just talk
plug
like
in.
this?
No, which is fine, but my voice is echoing. So can you please? Are you using your headphones like yesterday?
Okay, let me just bring my headphone.
Yeah, please, please. Well, that's lovely. So we're just trying to get Anuradha ji to use her headphones, which will make it easier for because my voice seems to be echoing.
Hello?
Yeah, wonderful. You can hear me well now?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Huh.
So that echo has gone, and that's a good sign. It's a good time to start. We are well on time at 4:30. First, I would like to welcome you, Anuradha ji, to this session. So our listeners and our viewers, Anuradha ji is a counseling psychologist. She's also a past life regression therapist. I would request her to introduce herself, but right now I'd like to welcome you. A warm welcome to you, Anuradha ji.
Thank you so much.
I just want to apprise my listeners that my name is Akshat Sinha. I'm your host for the evening. And in the series of awareness series for mental health that we are conducting, Coping Up, an initiative by Preeti Singh, who herself is a certified mental health first aider. We meet where I present and interview mental health specialists, speaking on topics which are very relevant, very important, especially in these times, but in general practice also. And today's topic is going to be very important. It's about managing emotions in young adults.
Your voice is cracking at times.
There was some call that was coming in because I'm doing it on my mobile. Yeah. But you can hear me well. Is that fine?
Yeah, I can hear you well, but at times it is cracking. Ask Preeti whether it is okay or not.
Yeah, Preeti, can you just confirm if both our voices are audible? If the listeners can just give us a thumbs up or a sign that we can go ahead.
I think now we can start.
Yeah. So first of all, Radhaji, I would really request you to kindly introduce yourself. I have just thank you so much. We have the information that we are audible. Radhaji, I would request you to kindly introduce yourself so that our listeners are aware of whom they're listening.
Okay. Actually, I'm a counseling psychologist, practicing counseling psychologist, and also I'm a past life regression therapist and hypnotherapist, and also a pranic healer.
Right. Great. And in today's session, Anuradhaji, where we are discussing about, the topic being managing emotions for young adults, I think the first important thing to ask you would be, how do you define a young adult in the age group, or how are they defined? Whom are we speaking to?
I think when we are talking about young adults, I think young adults should be from the age 20 years to 30 years.
Right. Okay.
That's the years for the young adults.
Right. So 20 to 30 years of age bracket is what we define as a young adult, plus minus.
Young adult.
Yeah. And so when we're talking about emotions, especially in the current situation where the times are very challenging, and with the quarantine, with the fear of the infection, job insecurity, and everything, all those things, I think they kind of make a big difference in this age group. What could be the symptoms of anxiety that you feel, that we need to look out for?
Yes. see, when we are talking about young adults of the age group from 20 to 30 years, so
Right.
naturally, we can find people from different background of their life they are coming, because we cannot exactly say that these are the symptoms for all young adults. So that is
Right.
why let us just see how uh, the symptoms of anxiety or depression or anything of
Right.
stress can vary from person to person depending upon the background where they are coming.
Right.
So, if uh, I just want to explain it in different ways, so that at least 3 to 4 major categories, so that everyone can understand what are the symptoms of anxiety, especially at this point of time.
Right.
So let us take uh, the young adults starting at the age of 20 plus.
Right.
Most of them, they are not staying away from home, staying in different other cities of India or in other countries, because they are studying or they're doing their new job, the first job or so.
Right.
So if at this point of time, the challenging time, they all are going through lot of mental stress and anxiety. The symptoms
Right.
of their anxieties are
Right.
basically they are staying all alone,
Right.
away from home. So
Right.
their anxieties, if I'm getting an infected, what will I
Mhm.
do? I'm all alone. Who will
Right.
be there to help me out?
Right.
uh, all shops are closed. How to, if
Right.
I'm affected, how to manage my daily needs, how to
Right.
go out and manage my daily needs. So,
Right.
and this is another thing, that working from home is a new concept to many of the young adults working
True.
from home.
Right.
Suddenly they're working from home, they don't know when their office or their college will start. So they are having, especially those who are working, they
Right.
are having this stress that whether they can retain their job, whether there will be a pay cut after the end of the month.
True.
So
True.
how they will manage all alone there in another city. And the
Right.
other thing is, they are their parents are living in another city. So
Right.
how to take care of them? That is
Very
also a
good.
very important issue.
Very
So
important.
all these things are, yes, all these things are really making them feel nervous, feel panicky. So these are
Mhm.
the symptoms of anxiety which they are feeling.
Right.
Now let us talk about the other young adults who are in the same city with their parents.
Right.
Maybe some of the young adults are already married with kids.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
some are not married. So
Right.
they're staying with their parents and everyone.
Right.
So now you will see their anxiety patterns are also different, because
Right.
the young adults who are taking the most of the uh, mm, jobs at home,
Right.
for them, they are doing the household chores,
Right.
they are managing their elderly parents. If they are
Right.
married, they are managing their husband and their kids and everyone. At the
Right.
same time,
Right.
they are working from home also.
Right.
So these are the things which are really making them very stressful,
Right.
anxious.
Right.
Moreover, they are trying their best to prevent themselves from getting infected. Not only that,
Right.
preventing the other the family members to
Mhm.
get uh, prevented.
Right.
So, and so by doing all these things, hardly they are getting any time to have some relaxation or have any time for themselves. That is
Right.
also another point of worry.
Right. Right.
And along with that, if any of the family members are falling ill,
Right.
then they are again they feel absolutely helpless, because in today's context how difficult it is to take someone to the hospital or to the
True.
doctor,
Yeah.
because there is no transport, how to manage to take them to the hospital. So these are the worries now these people who are staying at home they are facing.
Right. So as you mentioned that basically if we distinguish between the reasons of anxiety for a young adult who might be staying away from the family and for a young
Hmm.
adult is with her family. In both cases, the
Hmm.
reason is similar, but they can be different as well. in terms of how much work they need to do, the kind of
Exactly.
relaxation time that they can get.
Hmm,
Uh,
hmm, hmm.
I think one more important thing that I would want to know from you is about these
Hmm.
young adults who would probably be frontline healthcare givers right now, who
Yes.
might be working, because I think that puts in some new kind of pressures,
Hmm.
very different from the other two categories that that you spoke of.
Absolutely, absolutely, you are right. Let us talk
Mm.
about them, the frontline professionals like the doctors,
Right,
the nurses, the policemen, the government officials, our
right,
safai karmcharis, those who are
right,
doing work for us, and there are others
right,
also. So
right,
these are the people who are taking their life at risk just to serve
right,
us.
right,
And especially I will talk about the the professionals who are doing work at emergency.
right,
They are the ones who are experiencing
right,
maximum stress because they are working with the infectious people day in and day out.
right,
But the main and they are absolutely at risk to get infected. At the end
right,
of the day, they are coming back home. They are all are having their elderly parents who are absolutely vulnerable. Just
right,
think about them, how stressful their things are. And we all know that these doctors and nurses, they how inadequately they are having their personal protection gears or protection
right,
equipment, which
right,
is very inadequate. So
right,
their anxiety, their trauma, you don't know, they are really not only they are feeling extremely stressed, they are feeling extremely burnout
right, right,
because absolutely they are going through extremely emotionally exhausted.
right,
So these are the people who are really having lot of stress and trauma.
right, right. So apart
Moreover, there
from
are
the, sorry, yeah,
no, moreover there are few of them who are staying away from home.
right,
So they are along with this stress, they are having the separation anxiety
right, right,
that their parents, how are they, and whether they all can go back home and when they will go back home. All
right,
these things are really making them crazy. Yeah,
right.
you carry on. You just wanted to ask
Yeah,
me
no,
something.
I was trying to say that this balance between work and personal life and life with your family, all
Hmm.
the balance between them has become very uncertain because of sudden change in the conditions of the society as of right now in the world. Uh,
I just can you just repeat?
okay, I'll repeat.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Hmm.
that the balance between the work life, life, personal life, and the life with your family members has become
Hmm.
certain because of the change in the sudden change that has come in the world these days because of the
Absolutely.
that we are in. How do
Absolutely.
you think this would impact? Because individuals, I mean, can have certain special abilities or disabilities or challenges physically or mentally. How do you think
Hmm.
young adults with such kind of challenges cope with this, and what kind of stress, or anxiety would they be experiencing?
Very apt question. See, these
Yeah.
the people who are um, having disability,
Yeah.
mentally or physically,
Yeah.
especially if we talk about the physical disability, or we can see these people actually when these people are around, they always get their helpers.
Right.
Helpers, they come, they help them out to do
Right.
physiotherapy or uh, day-to-day activities. The helpers, they help them out. But at
Right.
this present condition, helpers are not able to come to
Right.
help them or to serve
Right.
them. So
Right.
now they are absolutely dependent on their family members. And
Right.
if they are having their elderly parents to look after them,
Right.
they feel extremely sad and guilty that
Right.
my elderly family members, they have to do all these things for us.
Right. Right.
So and also at times they have to go to the hospital for physiotherapy also, and again they are feeling very much stressed that if I go to the hospital, not
Right.
only I am having the chance of getting infected, my
Right.
parents or whoever will take me there, they will
Right.
also get the similar chance of getting infected. So their anxiety is absolutely different from these people, because
Right.
they have started feeling that they are the burden.
Yeah,
They are
that's
the
very
burden for the family.
right. So that's very interesting. Yesterday, we had a session where we discussed about the caregivers and the challenges that they face. And here
Yes.
we are discussing about an individual who themselves are suffering and they are being provided and, taken care of. And what kind of pressure do they feel because of, currently their support structure is slightly discontinued and their family members have to pitch in to help them out. And when you spoke
Exactly.
about when you spoke just now about going to the hospital, I also realized that many young adults who have pre-existing medical conditions, not necessarily
Exactly.
limited.
Exactly.
So
Very true.
for them also there would be a lot of stress.
Absolutely. Because there are many young adults who are having pre-existing medical condition. They have to go to the
Right.
hospital regularly for checkup, for for medicine, for chemo, whatever it is. They have to
Yeah.
go to the hospital. For them, as it is, they were in lot of stress beforehand.
Right.
Physical condition. Along with that, now they are having lot of stress because they have to go to the hospital. They have to get exposed to so many other people, because our Indian hospitals are never, it is not
Yeah.
that whatever social distancing we want to maintain, it is not possible. So
Yeah.
naturally
It's a
they are
challenge.
having added stress that they might get infected, and at the same time their family members will might get infected.
So, so how would you, I mean, suggest what should an individual in these circumstances, what can they do to kind of, remove this feeling of, feeling overwhelmed, and or how to manage this condition?
See, at this challenging time,
Right.
to this to feel emotionally confused or emotionally overwhelmed is absolutely normal, because
Right.
we all are going through some outbreak of some infectious disease.
Right.
And moreover, the general public is not at all aware of this new kind of virus. So
Right.
naturally it for everyone,
Right.
it is normal that to go through this this anxiety or overwhelmingness. But the thing is, we have to now know how
Right.
to uh, prevent these feelings of overwhelming.
Right.
So the first thing which I think, that we must minimize listening, uh, reading, and also uh, just watching, especially all this media news and information as far as possible. We all have to minimize it, because these are
Right.
the sources
Right.
from where we are getting lot of information. Yes,
Right.
it is good to get information to keep ourselves updated, but
Right.
extreme information is not beneficial at all.
Right.
We don't
Right.
know what are the
Source.
correct right news and what are the fake news.
Yeah.
So people who are having weak-minded people, they are getting very much affected. This is another thing.
Right.
So that people are getting depressed, people are getting anxious after reading, after seeing few photographs in TV, newspaper, everywhere. So
Right.
my request to everyone who all are listening, that please minimize your listening to these things, listening or watching all these all these things. And
Right.
if you really want to minimize it, you have to do one thing. You have to unplug yourself. I will say unplug yourself
Right.
from the social media, from the electronics media, as
Right.
far as possible. Okay,
Right.
if you want to get information, you can watch it for 1 hour or so, not more than
Right.
that,
Right.
because we have come through all one more than 1.5 months. We all know now that what to
Right.
do and what not to do.
Right.
I don't think we need everyday extra information from everywhere, especially
Right.
the WhatsApp and other things, which I really, I request people not to see all those things.
Right.
So this is the first and foremost thing. And not only that, whoever is staying there at home, I will ask them to ask their family members also to refrain from seeing or watching this type of information.
Right.
This is my request. And secondly, I must tell everyone that,
Right.
though we are going through a very crisis period of time, but
Right.
it will pass.
Right.
We all are resilient, and very soon after some time, everything will go and we will come back to normal situation.
Right.
And till that time, I will ask everyone to stay active every
Right.
day, have lot of rest and have a good night's sleep, stay
Okay.
hydrated, have lots of fluid,
Mm-hmm.
and have uh, healthy food.
Right.
And also one more thing, to maintain a daily routine, the
Wonderful.
routine which you used to maintain
Right.
beforehand, before all this crisis period has come. Please maintain a daily routine. That is very much required.
Right.
And also, as an individual, if you ask me, I will say to each and every individual, take some time out for yourself
Right.
to do something which you really, really enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It may be singing a song, listening to music, dancing, or watching a good film with the family members, whatever you feel like. Take some
Right.
time out.
Right.
Do something creative.
Right.
You can draw. You can cook some food for your family members. Do something which you really enjoy.
Right.
And even after doing all these things, if even after that you also feeling overwhelmed, then I would request you to do some relaxation exercise. If you are
Right.
willing to do some meditation, you can do that also.
Right.
And uh, and so these are the things. And now the main important thing is, those who are staying with their family members, with the elderly parents, I would
Right.
request everyone to give lot of time to them, because
Right.
these people, they are already extremely stressed. They don't know how to express their feelings. So go
Right.
and talk to them, ask them
Right.
what is it which is what is their concern, and
Right.
talk to them in a positive manner, motivate them, tell them that they all are safe because they are at home. There is
Right.
no problem. So
Right.
these are the things which one should do. When you start helping others, automatically your stress, you can overcome your stress.
Right.
Secondly, if the other people, they are having small kids are also getting confused. They also don't know what is happening all
Right.
around. Why
Right.
we are staying at home? Why we are not going out? We are not playing? Where
Right.
are our friends? So then explain it to them also what is the situation, but of course in an age appropriate manner.
Right.
Whatever the age group of the children are, you have to tell them like that. So, and also those who are staying away from home,
Right.
I know those people, they are also getting affected because they are already having so much anxiety. They don't know how to face their parents. So at times it happens that they stop talking to their parents over telephone or over video chat or so. They
Right.
must realize one thing, that their parents are also elderly people. They are so anxious. They're already anxious about so many things. But
Right.
if the children, those who are away from home, if they don't keep in touch with them, that is
Right.
also a point of anxiety for them.
Right.
Maybe the children who are not in touch with them, they are also having lot of anxiety that they don't want to show it to their parents.
Right.
But I would request them to talk, to
Right.
share their feelings.
Right.
If not to their parents, if they have good friends, good relatives with whom they can relate to, I
Right.
would request them to talk to them.
Right. Because talking will
And
help them to relax also.
absolutely. And the other thing is that along with this, we can also try to help others. Helping others means those who are in our neighbors. If we
Right.
find that there are elderly people who don't have anyone, because nowadays the helping hands are not coming, so
Right.
we can arrange the food, the medicine for them. We can, or
Right.
at times we can make food and just go to their doorstep and keep it there, and
Right.
call them up and ask them to take it at home. That will be
Right.
really good. So
Okay.
helping others will also take away your own anxiety.
Right.
And my other request is not only helping others. See, we are having stray dogs and cats.
Right.
Suddenly, they are not having food because all the hotels and restaurants, they are closed down. So
Right.
if every one of us can give some food to the stray dogs and the
Right.
cats, whatever
Right.
is possible for us, that will really help them out also. So by
Right.
doing all these things, I think the feeling of overwhelm will be over. You can, and otherwise,
Okay.
as I said, you can do your relaxation exercise and all.
Yeah. So that's wonderful how you mentioned that to kind of try and get over our own anxiety and stress, if we
Exactly.
start trying to help others, now your others could be your family members or the stray dog or the neighbors, and if we try and do that,
Exactly.
it would help us to relax also. Uh, I
Very
was
true.
also thinking when you mentioned about speaking about to your friends and all, this
Hmm.
is the age group where, going out with friends from work or from your home,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
suddenly they are in a situation where the parties have dried out. Uh, you know,
Hmm.
uh, there is a possibility, that some of these people might have been exposed to substances like alcohol, smoking, or even heavier drugs
Yes.
or things
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And suddenly there
Hmm.
is a gap. How do you think
Yes.
that maybe what can be done? How should they approach this? I mean, because this again, this situation where they don't have their friends around them, what can
Hmm.
they?
See, they don't have their friends around them.
Yeah,
We are only talking about social distancing, but
yeah,
not social isolating.
right,
So we don't want to socially isolate ourselves.
right,
So if the friends are not there, we can
right,
always have a video chat with them. We can
right.
always call them up. We can all, there are so many nowadays, the Zoom, the
Hmm.
Instagram, there are so many other facilities. We can
Right,
always talk to each other,
right,
because we know that we have to be safe and sound, and then only after some time we can again meet our friends and everyone. But
right,
yes, that we can always do. But the thing is, yes, when you were discussing about this, those who are into abusing drugs and consuming alcohol or so, yes,
right,
suddenly when everything has stopped, uh, um, many people, they have gone through the withdrawal symptom
right,
very badly.
right,
But uh, but thanks to our government and all over the world, it is happening that they have overcome it slowly and steadily. They are overcoming it. So my
yeah,
request to all those people, please don't go back to again consuming alcohol or abusing drugs, or chewing tobacco or pan masala, whatever it is. I will request them not to do it, start it once again, if you have really overcome all those bad habits. I
right.
must say bad habits, because
Yeah.
nowadays, now they can understand what type of habit it was.
Yeah, I think there must be withdrawal, but over a period of time, hopefully, and with support from their family or from
Yeah,
professionals,
exactly.
uh,
Hmm.
they can kind of wean off this whatever addiction that they might have, caught on
Yes.
to. Uh,
Hmm.
we're kind of coming to the end of our session where we had, I mean, the time that we had planned for this. But I would really
Yeah.
request if you could share the 2, 3 tips, how to stay motivated during these times,
Uh,
what to
to
focus
me,
on.
though, total focus on. Though the first thing which I want to mention, though I know my previous speakers or everyone has already stated, the most important thing is
Right,
to do the breathing exercise. When
right,
we feel anxious, we feel stressed, to do a slow, deep breathing is
right,
really, really helpful. That I think all our listeners, they must be knowing about it. So
right,
I just mentioned it once again. And
right,
what I want to say, that do some positive affirmations. Positive
Okay.
affirmations are also very, very helpful. I
Right.
tell it to all my clients also.
Right.
The positive affirmations are, say, for example, I am having stress at this moment.
Right.
But if I just, yes, if I say, yes, I'm having stress, I'm feeling very stressful. So automatically those things will, it will be more and more, the stress will be
Yeah.
more and more. So
Right.
instead of thinking about that, if I just convert that statement into a positive statement,
Right.
that, uh, I'm freeing myself from stress.
Right.
I'm freeing myself from stress gradually.
Right.
So if I say this thing, this line,
Right.
every day at night for 21 times and every day in the morning for 21 times, I think slowly and steadily we can, eradicate the feeling of stress. So
Right.
not only stress, anything, whatever your at this moment, if your problem is, you uh, you can always say like that. Not only stress, if it is your anxiety, you have to just put that word where
Right.
I'm freeing myself from anxiety. I'm absolutely in control.
Right.
So these are the words, if one can say that, the positive affirmations are very, very helpful for any type of situation.
Right.
And the other thing which I want to tell to everyone, that surround yourself with motivating and inspiring people. That will
Right.
really help you out. If your friends are motivating, talk to them, talk to your family members, uh, be connected with everyone. That is
Right.
very, very important. You will feel happy and make others also feel happy. And
Right.
if you want to, this is a time when we are sitting at home. If anyone wants to learn something new, they can
Right.
also try it out, whatever your interest is. If you want to learn something new, you can try it out. And the last thing I just want to say, that express gratitude for everything what you are having.
Right.
Express your gratitude, show your gratefulness. That is
That's
the
one.
most important thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So in a nutshell, you've shared these four very important tips of having, controlling your breath to become more focused and relax yourself, positive
Yeah.
affirmation, then surrounding yourselves with people who are, motivating and positive towards you and towards life. And finally, you mentioned about, sorry, I forgot the fourth one.
The fourth one, I said that if you want to learn something new,
Yeah, yeah,
because
we can look
nowadays
for something new. Yeah,
yeah, there are so many online courses going on, free of
right,
cost.
right,
Every day we are learning so many things. So
right,
if people are interested, they can learn something. It is coming in
right,
Facebook, it is coming in WhatsApp. So people can, if they want, they can learn something. And the last thing which I want to just mention is
right,
uh, the, is showing your gratitude. Express
right,
your gratitude for
right.
whatever you have.
Very important. Right. Thank you so much, Anuradhaji. It was wonderful chatting with you. I am sure that all our listeners, and since this video will be put up, this recording will be available on YouTube also later on. And for the next 24 hours, it will be a part of our Instagram story. So all the people who will view this and be a listener to this, I'm sure that they will gain a lot of insights. I'm really
Thank
thankful
you.
to Anuradhaji for joining us and doing this. To all my listeners, we are continuing the series of mental health awareness. This was our 11th session, and hopefully we should continue and stay safe, take care. Hopefully the lockdown will end soon, and whatever it is, let's try and focus on our lives and let's stay positive and support each other. Thank you very much, Anuradha ji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.